And this is the global forecast for November 2017. Things are changing. I noticed when I was doing all the individual horoscopes for the months ahead for each of the 12 signs for zodiac, but it seems as if there's a decrease in the levels of immediacy and urgency that's been so endemic over the period of July, August, September, early mid-October. But in the last few weeks, Mars has changed sign and moved into Libra. Jupiter has changed sign and moved into Scorpio. Pluto has stopped going retrograde and is now moving forward. Neptune stands still and stops going retrograde this month and starts moving forward. Uranus is still going retrograde, yes. Saturn is now at the end of Sagittarius. And next month he will move into Capricorn. So there's a lot of change going on and a lot of change coming up. And particularly with Jupiter moving into Scorpio already, Saturn moving into Capricorn next month, and Uranus moving into Taurus in a few months' time, the switch from the masculine to the feminine signs is really going to be noticeable. And I feel that with the current upsurge of female emancipation that's coming out, with regard to women standing up and going, no, this happened to me, I feel this is only the start of what's to come, and there's going to be a lot more men holding their head in shame and who are going to be exposed over the coming months. And if they've done wrong, then not a moment too soon. But over this coming month, yes, we've got Venus changing sign, moving from Libra into Scorpio at the start of the month. We've got Mercury changing sign relatively at the start of the month, moving into Sagittarius. Come back to that one in a moment. The new moon on the 18th of November at 26 Scorpio. Yes, that's in a bit of a weird position in conjunct Uranus. So it does point to a bit of ongoing itch that you can't scratch, a bit of a frustration and a niggle, particularly to do with hidden power structures being exposed. The full moon on the 4th of November is really strongly sextiling Neptune. That's a lovely one. That does suggest that there's a greater degree of empathy, sympathy and understanding coming into the world at the start of November. Again, really nice energy. But this month is noticeable because of all the changes that are going on. Saturn is going to be trining Uranus for the third and final time around the 11th of November. Saturn's been trining Uranus all of this year. Saturn brings structure, order, boundary. In Sagittarius, it's challenging our attitudes towards truth and bringing things into the public domain around transparency and honesty. Uranus in Aries is standing up for the rights of the individual, and Saturn trining Uranus has been on the one hand bringing structure into the more chaotic side of life, but at the same time revolutionising the limitations and boundaries that we've always had in the past around transparency, truth and justice. So Saturn trining Uranus now, I think it's great that so much stuff is coming out of the hidden and into the open. And with Neptune moving forward, a lot of the clouds are beginning to clear. But be warned, we are heading into another Mercury retrograde. Mercury moves into Sagittarius around the 5th, 6th of this month. And from the 15th of November onwards, Mercury enters its retrograde shadow. Mercury won't go retrograde until the start of December, and then it spends much of December in retrograde motion. But from the 15th of November through to about the 10th of January, Mercury is either in shadow, pre-shadow, retrograde itself, or post-shadow. So I wonder how much is actually going to be revealed before then, and then how much it's going to be kind of obscured during that retrograde period. I watch with interest. But things are changing fast now, and change is good. Change is really good. 40 years ago yesterday, Never Mind the Bollocks came out. It was the start of the punk revolution. And I was going to play it overhead while I did this video, but I just never got round to it. Reminiscent of those times, there's a revolution brewing in the unconscious. It's coming. But I'm going to do some stuff on both the Catalonia stuff and on the North Korea stuff over the coming week, whilst I'm in Singapore. Catch you later, world. Bye.